So what does Pluto and Capricorn really mean for your zodiac sign? Between March 2024 and February 2041, Pluto is rebuilding our foundations, reshaping our power structures, and challenging us to live our best life, and also challenging the rules of leadership. Pluto is not subtle. It is transformation and alchemy, all with the capital T and A. So I know Pluto, god of the underworld, related to Hades in the Greek myths, and he's got a reputation for being very dark, very heavy energy, and very heavy-handed. And it's true, he's got a lot of power to his punch. But I want to tell you one little thing about him. He's here for you. So today we're going to go over what Pluto and Capricorn really means for all of us and for you individually. I will be going through each and every rising sign, and if you don't know what your true sidereal rising sign is, then there is a link below in the description for a free zodiac chart. You can go ahead and do that courtesy of Mastering the Zodiac and Athen Commenti. So, the most important thing to remember about all this is that when Pluto is transforming you personally, Pluto is working with you personally. Even though he's an outer planet, where he's landing in your chart, he's going to be with us for a long time in those areas of our charts. And if you do not know the time of your birth, you can use your moon sign as instead of a rising sign. And it does track to be pretty accurate because that's where those feels come in. And we'll also be going over what's happening with the United States. Yeah, it's the U.S. Pluto return, and that is on top of the U.S. Uranus return. Boy, howdy, there's a lot of energy happening here. Pluto isn't playing around, and Pluto does not take no for an answer. So it's time to transform. Ready or not, here Pluto comes. Let's look at this big picture of Pluto in Capricorn. Let's start with the most obvious thing. Pluto is planet of death, rebirth, and power because he rules the underworld, the land of the dead. Also having that power of life or death and can release people back to life when needed. Also, there's that aspect of Pluto/Hades being a blacksmith, a forger, somebody who takes things and transforms them into new things by heating them, by putting them under pressure, by beating them with a hammer over and over and over again, refining things. So when it moves into Capricorn, it is totally ready to transform on this earth. Capricorn is a cardinal sign, which means it wants to take action on the earth. It is the goatfish, so it is sort of got its own really unique energy. It is where the waves meet the beach, where they crash against the rocks, where all of that is happening because of this energy, this earth energy that wants to move, that wants to transform. So we are talking about full-on renovation. Yes, there's destruction, but then there's also things being rebuilt. The universe does have a plan. And that's what I truly believe. And I believe the stars are teaching us that we get to co-create that plan, and we get to co-create this process with the stars, with Pluto, for all of society and for us as individuals. This tells us what our part is in this co-creation, is how we relate to our own Pluto placements. So that's another thing to look at before we get any deeper. So on a personal level, if you have been feeling the pull to release relationships, jobs, situations that are no longer serving you, then you have been feeling that pull of Pluto and you're ahead of the curve. And working hand in hand with Pluto, magic. You are aligning with this new cosmic timeline and it's here for you. Universe is going to back you up 100% because you know what? Pluto is power. And if you work with power, you're the one who's going to be making the change. You're not going to be torn down. You're going to help recreate whatever it is you need to transform in your life. And the only thing Pluto is asking in return for this power is honesty. But let's just go with hello, star friend. My name is Beth Hansen, and I'm a true sidereal astrologist who came to it the hard way. I had dived deep and honored spirit and followed my bliss into quitting my job and going full-time with my art. Wow, March of 2024. Yeah, that's when I quit my job when Pluto moved into Capricorn. Literally just realized this right now speaking to you. Getting up close and personal, that's when I discovered True Sidereal Astrology. And I had been struggling with grief big time. That's why I needed to follow my bliss and my art. But it led me to this right here. So that's, message received loud and clear. Thank you, universe. Yeah, I am a 2x4 to the head kind of student sometimes. And here's what Capricorn is representing globally. This means restructuring politics, borders, returning the power to the people, because that's what happened during the American Revolution. And through accountability. Yes, it's going to be chaotic for some, but people are going to be held into account. There will be big transformations. There will be cycles of reforming technology, of reforming ecology and a relationship with Mother Earth, and how we process information from the stars. That is already happening due to the James Webb Telescope. And as I'm recording this, 3i Atlas is moving through our cosmos, which is outside of our solar system. Yes, an interstellar visitor. Talk about big transformation because it is disrupting and rebooting. So yes, we are building a new, better foundation because the one that was there was crumbling in whichever area your focus is on, okay? And if it feels overwhelming, well, just ease yourself into this energy. It's new right now, but it's gonna be here for 17 years. All right, let's talk a little bit more about that elephant in the room. That's right, the United States Pluto return, and how there's also going to be a global reset. Some as a reverberation of what's happening in the US, and other folks have their own things going on. So US Pluto return. Secrets are coming out, systems are breaking down, and transformation is absolutely unavoidable. That's okay. Because when Pluto returns to the same sign and eventually the same degree it was at during the birth of a nation, all the shadows rise to the surface. Everything starts to get exposed of what needs to be fixed and healed. So globally, this energy is manifesting as complete restructuring, and Mother Earth is lending her voice to the situation, saying, hello, I'm here, take care of what I'm giving you. So there could definitely be shifts in economies and even currency and digital economics. A lot is going on here. Plus, there's a collective push towards integrity and leadership. I mean, because Pluto doesn't destroy what's healthy. Pluto tears up what's no longer working and breaks it down and rebuilds. with something completely new and more stable. But before we dive headfirst into this, I want to let you know that this episode is sponsored by Zodiac Club 13. Every seeker begins under the same sky. The call of the stars whispering through the branches of night. You follow the light deeper into the forest of the unseen, and there a guide appears. A golden invitation. Your entry to Zodiac Club 13, the secret celestial lounge, where the night hums with magic, candles flicker, stars shimmer, and your place is waiting. Welcome to the party, where mystics, dreamers, and star lovers gather to celebrate the real sky. Inside, visionaries study the cosmos, hands trace constellations as they truly are, and weave their stories through the cards of destiny. Here, wisdom flows like starlight, every spark a new awakening. You found your circle. Zodiac Club 13, the midnight lounge for seekers of the real sky, filled with 13 signs and timeless magic. Go ahead and click the link down below in the description and you will be guided into Zodiac Club 13, and I hope to see you there. You can still get an extra bit of help from me with a free PDF that you can download directly to your inbox. And you don't want to miss out on that because it helps you unlock the true sidereal sky. Okay, so those are the links below. Now, let's get up close and personal because Pluto is activating a part of your chart as it travels through Capricorn. And that is your true sidereal rising sign. Again, remember, I've got a link below also to that free calculator so you can figure out what is your true sidereal rising sign. Mine is Sagittarius. So Pluto's personal message to all of us, and speaking it in different ways in different areas of our life, but it is about transformation through personal self-responsibility. Yes, you have to be responsible in Capricorn when Pluto's around. If you're going to play with fire, you better make sure that the chimney is cleared out or there'll be smoke everywhere in the house. And this is you calling back the power you were born to handle. Like I said, everybody has Pluto in their corner at the beginning in some area of their life. So if you're ready to pull that Pluto energy back into your life, then you can reclaim it with integrity and humility. And just know that it's not about you controlling the power. It's about the power moving through you. And the structures you create over the next almost 20 years, they will help define the rest of your life. So Pluto in an earth sign is the heat of the composting. Things start breaking down that are no longer needed. This is Mama Earth doing her thing in order for you to plant new seeds and create a new garden on this Mother Earth. So stick around because that's what we're going to get to next. I'll show you exactly how that plays out. And yes, this is time to face your shadows, especially around fear, control, and authority. So it is just all about showing up for this relationship of transformation. But let's get into the nitty-gritty of Pluto in Capricorn for each rising sign. Now, if you don't know the time of your birth, you can use your moon sign because that is where you feel things the most, is your moon sign. And that is how you integrate that into your emotional body. And that is where your intuitive key comes in. So it's okay to work with rising sign or moon sign or both. And we're going to start like we usually do with Aries. So if you have Aries rising or Aries moon energy, Capricorn is showing up in the 10th house of public view and visibility. This is your legacy. This is what you'll be known for. This is how you shine. This is you getting your awards. This is you being recognized. Yeah, Aries, you will be seen during this time. Big career shifts and moves, building an epic business based on Pluto's principles, not yours, not society's, not any of that. But Pluto's principles will bring you that long-term stability. So if you have Aries rising, that's 10th house, that's visibility, that's being seen, being recognized for your achievements. This is also the legacy you leave behind. So this is really long-term stuff, and Pluto is there for you to help you with your long-term goals. Now, there could be some big challenges, power struggles, or burnout from ambition not well tended. You need to honor your energy and redefine yourself on your terms, not on the terms of other people around you. Because remember, Pluto is power through authenticity and honesty. It is the real truth and nothing but the truth. So let purpose lead, not ego. And if you've got an Aries moon, everything that I said also applies to you. But this is more in the way you are feeling seen, the way you are feeling your legacy. This is what intuition is guiding you towards in your legacy and your life. When you take that moon energy into account, it is your heart, it is your home, and Pluto is keeping the home fire burning for you. Yeah, he's a pretty good companion if you need to cook up something magical with your one of the most powerful keys to personal transformation and manifestation is tapping into your emotions, because how you feel matters. That's why we have feelings. Okay? So honor those. Now, we're going to look at our next sign, Taurus rising. Capricorn is in the 9th house. This goes for Taurus moons as well. I have a Taurus moon, so I'm having some feels about what's going on. Now, this Capricorn is an earth sign and Taurus is an earth sign. So with those going hand in hand, we have that extra grounding element. And the 9th house is about optimism, seeking out adventure, expanding your horizons. All of this with Taurus, oh my gosh, it is real world travel, real world creation of new paradigms, of new spaces. So this does include spiritual mastery, but on a very earth level. Are you going to be opening a spiritual retreat center during this time? Are you going to become an influencer globally? Are you going to host leadership seminars? All of this will help you be seen, and or are you going to be that teacher who helps others with all of the above? Are you going to learn what you need to learn to become that teacher for all of the above? The way I'm learning True Sidereal Astrology. So yeah, all of this can happen for you. You've got this Taurus rising and Taurus moon. Now, the things to be aware of is that your old beliefs, they are going to no longer serve you. whatever will not support this new, reforged, powerful, grounded, real world in the 3D manifestation of who you are to become, all that has to go away. So just take one step on your journey with complete trust and faith. Your wisdom is ready for you, and you're ready to share your wisdom with the world. And Taurus moon, I'm feeling you there. I got my Taurus moon. So for Gemini rising and Gemini moons, Capricorn is hitting you in your 8th house. The 8th house is one of the most exciting and scary houses out there because it does have to deal with death, life, and rebirth, just like Pluto. Now, Pluto rules Scorpio, and Scorpio is how we got the idea for the 8th house. So each of the houses are based on a different zodiac sign, but we're talking about Gemini here. And what does Gemini do? It thinks fast, it communicates, and it is a creative spark, especially with that Pluto in Capricorn. So there can be deep emotional and financial rebirths here. That's right, financial, because that's the other thing that the 8th house is really good for, especially when it comes to investing or other people investing in you. It is a big time for that over the next several years, but it is also a big time for you to dive deep into some mysteries of your life. Really understand where you're coming from. Where are your feelings bubbling up from? What is holding you back? What strings are trying to act as your puppeteer? And how do you release those? How do you release those from the past, present, and future so you can move forward? Well, Pluto's got a plan, and that is fire in earth, and he will forge whatever sword, whatever fiery phoenix bowl you need, he's got it. Whatever you need to burn away, cut away, and deal with those old wounds, it will heal rather than fester throughout your whole inner occult system, the hidden things within your subconscious and within, honestly, Pluto's showing up for the collective unconscious here too. You're a big part of that, Gemini rising. One of your big challenges is to let go of fear of intimacy. Yes, you are a social butterfly and you want to go from here to there and there to here and see who's ever bright and new and shiny, but this is about depth, and you have to learn to receive, because this transformation is your inheritance. You naturally have that twin energy, that mirror self that you can rely upon. Embody your higher self as if speaking to you from the power of Pluto in Capricorn. Seriously, magic mirror time. Okay, Cancer rising. We're talking soulmate level relationships and partnerships. We're not talking twin flames. I never talk about twin flames. Twin flames are the things that goad you into doing the things you need to do in this life, and they're not meant to be long-term partners. Just saying. It's not about temporal passion. It's about evolution over lifetimes. All right? So soulmate level partnerships, and there's some karmic contracts which will be coming up for review at this time. Will you sign on the dotted line again, or will you say, nope, I think we've completed everything we need to complete here? So being able to put those things to rest, to put those old relationships to rest, to put those old karmic requirements from this life or a past life to rest. That is part of what Pluto is going to assist you with and give you the power in order to communicate that effectively from the heart, from that beautiful, wonderful space in your heart. Cancer rising and Cancer moon, you are ruled by the moon. So this is a deeply intuitive process and a deeply emotional process. Yes, relationships are emotional. Yes, karmic closure is emotional, but it is about release. It is about understanding the power dynamics in relationships as well. This seventh house energy, it's all about the balance. It's all about the day and night of things and where things meet in the middle. This is about the liminal spaces in your life. This is about the reflection coming back at you from the other person. And the themes of renewal and regrowth in community, in the one-on-one relationships, that will be a part of it. Because it's not just your contract with one other person, it's your contract with your close-knit family and friends that is going to be reviewed and examined and repurposed. So if you need to change a family paradigm, you can do it, because this is giving you that heartfelt wisdom and intuition in order to help negotiate true peace and understanding. This is about balancing love with sovereignty and not being the emotional caretaker for everybody anymore. Letting you know, yes, it's all the feels, but it is also finding the balance. Okay, Leo rising. This is happening in the 6th house. So you've got your charisma that you are really lighting up with, of Leo, of charisma, of fire, of creativity, of safety and joy and pleasure. So Leo risings, you've got Capricorn in your 6th house. This is about taking responsibility to improve your life and get that physical renewal and work ethic really dialed in. So your purpose needs to be aligned with your work here, and that creative spark can really shine much more brightly because you have a fire sign rising. You're able to tap into that Pluto energy of transformation through fire in a big way and ground it into the earth through your alignment and through really getting into that passion of your purpose. Now, there can be overcommitment here, because that is something that's known to happen when you really get into that 6th house groove. You want to give, you want to serve, you want to be able to be everything to everyone, but you cannot. You have to be yourself to yourself. You have to embrace that 6th house and know that, you got to embrace your boundaries too. Okay? Embrace being of service, embrace being your charismatic self, and really getting that physical body in tip-top shape and taking care of that first. And then you can take care of the other details. And, as a creative, you might be drawn to some perfectionism in your transformation. And you just got to let that go, because Pluto will do what Pluto will do. And you have to just say, okay, I'm going to let go. I'm going to let the universe, I'm going to let Pluto fill me with that fire of transformation. I am going to ground it into Mother Earth through this 6th house energy of improvement and betterment and well-being, of mother energy, great mother energy, in fact, into that Capricorn active Earth energy. So we have action, we have fire. Action is being taken, but it has to be a well-guarded resource, or you will burn out, okay? We don't want you burning out. That's when fire hits fire. Sometimes it could be overstimulation, overcompensation, and burnout. Let that stuff go, okay? in order to receive the messages you need. Okay, Leo rising, Leo moons, what will really help you embody this energy is to create some sacred routines around your vitality and your well-being. So you need to make sure you're taking the mental breaks, the screen breaks, the exercise breaks, the dance breaks. So all of those can help serve you and help you be a little better at what you need to be. Okay? All right. Virgo rising and Virgo moon. You've got the biggest sign on the zodiac. So it depends on where all this is hitting you. Are you a late Virgo rising or an early Virgo rising? Because it makes a difference. So it will affect the 4th and 5th houses. Or should I say 5th and 4th? Because the 5th is the one that gets that Capricorn energy first for the first part of Virgo rising. So with that 5th house energy, we're talking about your creative work. We're also talking about your romantic life and transforming that. And your relationships and how you show yourself to the world. This is a reboot, re-energization. This is a whole new charismatic you that is going to be coming through with Pluto in Capricorn. You're going to really learn how to shine as that Virgo energy and shine some of that charisma out in that 5th house placement, because the 5th house is about fire and play and security, and Virgo is all about improvement and betterment and being that super incredible person that you know you can be, and being that go-to person and shining at the same time and being fun and playful. There is a sense of working with children here as well. This is a time when you might find yourself doing something for kids, whether it's your own kids or kids in the community, to enlighten and spark creativity there. And honestly, it also brings that creative mastery. And the big challenge is that fear of being seen or playing too small. You don't have to play small, Virgo. You got big energy. And you can build your new foundation with love, not obligation, by expressing your magic without any apologies. It is time to shine. It is time to be that. And then when we move into the 4th house, that is all about nurturing and connecting deeply with your roots, with your ancestor roots, with your family of origin, of nurturing what is nearby, the closeness, the home, the people who are seeking that assistance, who are seeking that helpfulness that you have. That's the area that you're going to have access to that big Pluto energy. So watch out for things that are happening with your family dynamics and with especially your elders and your children, although your situation may vary greatly. And this is when we get into that late Virgo rising with that 4th house energy. Okay? So if you're at the end of Virgo as it's going up, and I just want you to know that you got this. You're amazing, and yeah, Pluto is transforming some deep things, and maybe some deep healing can happen too. Creating a new foundation for your family structure, for your family dynamics, and how you support one another. It can be a very beautiful thing. And even your extended family, maybe you'll get closer to your cousins or aunts or uncles or nieces and nephews during this time. It is a 17-year cycle. It does take time. And maybe there's going to be some really intense changes to your family that you need to be aware of. Also, Bring forward the ancestor wisdom. Share your wisdom, record your stories, tell your stories. Put down those phones and sit around the table and tell your stories, your personal stories, your family legacy, because that's how you tap into your ancestor magic. And Pluto is the god of the underworld, the god of those who've gone before. And this is the place where you access that Imamchali energy of the bottom of the sky. This is the ancestral bloodline that we're talking about here. Libra rising. Libra rising brings great blessings in the third house. What a big blessing of curiosity and learning and your close relationships and your communications with the people who are nearby, improving and finding balance with your life and community. This can also bring some deeper ancestral transformation because we are dealing with that Pluto energy, god of the underworld, and that family dynamic found in the third house. And also transforming your home and your neighborhood over these 17 years. What do you want the neighborhood to look like? Do you want to make a safe space for kids? Do you want to create a community garden? You're the one with the ideas here, Libra. This is air and air coming together with fire and earth, Libra rising and Libra moon as well. The challenge is having that emotional resistance to change the family dynamic, to change our community dynamic, to get to know your neighbor, even though you think they might be a certain way based on the way they dress, talk, or have interacted in the past. This is about your community on the ground, the people you can walk to and see and get to know. We're talking, let's do some block parties and reduce the tensions in your nearby community, in your town, in your neighborhood. For you, Libra risings, Capricorn in the third house is less about obligations to do those things, but the foundation built with love in order to make things go. Reach out to that food bank, see if there's a Meals on Wheels that needs a volunteer, if you have the energy and the time, because Libra rising, you're all about learning balance. You're all about learning what's fair and what's not fair, and you can do it. You got this. Scorpio rising, you've got Capricorn in your third house. We're talking about empowered communication. Empowered platforms for communication are showing up for you. This is stuff that is showing up that Pluto is delivering to you, because Pluto loves a Scorpio. Pluto is on board with that deep, mysterious energy of a Scorpio, your mysticism, your magic, your witchiness, your warlockness. All of that is in tune with Pluto. So you are being really empowered here as a water sign, mixing with the fire of Pluto and that earthiness of the active Capricorn in this mutable house. This is the house of shifting and changing, of transforming, of making things shift and change. And you've got this in spades, and this is new things. This is what's new, what's interesting, what is sparking your curiosity. And the thing that is going to put a total stop to your transformation is giving in to the old record playing in your head, that imposter syndrome, that negative self-talk, that burnout from overthinking. So yeah, new idea, but nope. You got to stop somewhere. Sometimes you just have to stop and speak the truth. Do it with grace. Your words are your wisdom here. It's bubbling to the surface. It is just coming up from the deepest part of your soul. Yes, there's some shadow work there, but it is more light than shadow with this placement in the third house. This is the shadow being transformed into the light to be the message that you are giving and empowering others through what you are instigating and creating. So this is really big intuition, big insights, deep transformation, but in a way that is super fluid, and got to accept that. Pluto can be very firm. So can Scorpio. Allow this mutable house, this third house, to let that flow happen. Even if it's lava flowing from a volcano, as long as you know where your safe space is, you're good. Okay, Scorpio? And if you need further help from me, you can always reach out to me. There's a link below to get that one-on-one so you can truly understand and truly map out where you're going to be taking this energy this year. And we can map that out based on your chart. We can compare it to what's happening with Pluto for you. Okay, I'm here for you. Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius moon. Guess what? Capricorn is in your second house. We're talking about financial empowerment and confidence, getting a rebirth. Wow. That's a big one. Sagittarians, you're already reaching towards the optimistic. You're already reaching towards growth. But this is going to be grounding it big time. This is going to be a really powerful time for you. And, the biggest challenge is your attachment to the material world. Remember, it's not just resources that is getting amped up and getting transformed. It's your resourcefulness of using what you have and being able to create through light and knowledge and the power of Pluto, and being able to help forge your future in this very stable house, the second house. This is the place where your vault of abundance lives. And you can store that up, and you can save for the future, and what you put down will grow. Not like a plant, but grow like a mountain. That's how islands are made. Is there is an eruption and it grows, okay? So let's not erupt. You're building your next era in a grounded, very physical manifestation way. So, yeah, you have really powerful energy here. Call on Pluto. Call on your shadows to support you as they transform. Work with them as they transform and shine into the light. And before you know it, they will be fire sprites going out into the world and igniting everything for you and making sure that everything stays warm and cozy in your home and in your heart and in your life as you grow. So Capricorn rising, oh my gosh, Capricorn rising, it's in your first house. What's being rebuilt? Your complete identity is being transformed, and you're doing a personal reinvention. And this is a long-term one. This isn't just a season or two or a year or two. This is you really getting in there and discovering what needs to be let go of. What ego did you used to have that you no longer have that needs to be reborn? This is a time to release the old mask. Reveal your true face to yourself first and then to others. Bringing that fire of identity and I am, and the power of Pluto is reinvigorating you, is forging yourself into the form you want, like a sculptor would. This is deeply alchemical and deeply creative and very active. As Capricorn rising, you are active earth. You are cardinal earth in the sign of active identity. So in that, you've already got that identity in Capricorn, but when you add Pluto to it to transform, you're going to be a leader. This is about leadership and owning your ability to lead from the shadows and step out from the shadows into the light and show your fire. Because within every mountain, there are gems and crystals and magic and beautiful things within that earth, within every stone, and then buried deep in the earth, the flow of lava. You've got this. You are building this. You are creating what you need to create over 17 years. Aquarius rising. Pluto in Capricorn is showing up in your 12th house. This is about spiritual awakening and reimagining for you. There's going to be some big karmic releases. There's going to be time spent alone, but beware of being isolated or isolating yourself for too long of a time, as an Aquarius energy needs to connect with others, even if it means you have to do it from home via technology. But make sure that you are stepping out of your cocoon as you are rebirthing who you need to be and shedding the karmic waste that you no longer need, so you can spread your wings and fly. So this is bringing that spiritual awakening, and that is who you are and what you're doing and everything happening in the 12th house for you right now, and that rewiring that you're getting from this new paradigm. As you awaken spiritually, as you are bringing this forward, find time to rest. Because you do have to be the example for others, saying spiritual awakenings are great. They can be big energy. They can be big emotions. But they can also be really powerfully grounded with the help of Pluto and Capricorn in your 12th house. Okay? So go on those personal retreats. Spend your time with your higher power, higher self, God, Goddess, the universe, the force be with you, what have you. However you connect to spirit the most powerfully and can communicate that and rest within that safe space of spirit, that will be your superpower during this long marathon of spiritual transformation. Okay? All right. Pisces rising. You've got Capricorn in your 11th house, bringing in the community and the flow and the power of innovation to create something beautiful there. Really grounded. And for Pisces rising, grounded, it might seem like a really weird thing, but Capricorn will do that, but it does it in an active way. So you like the swish and the swirl and the energy of the community, and that love, that big heart is expanding and growing and accepting of others. That's the beauty of Pluto. He was an outcast god. Can you imagine being a god who is like saying, nope, you're going to go in the underworld and deal with all the dead people now? Like, really? Really? All right. So, yeah. So outcasts are seen here through heart, through community. And this is about outgrowing your social circles because you've got more love to give and you need to align correctly with your divine purpose here, because Pluto is there to say, hey, I'm real. You need your real tribe, your true tribe, your true sky tribe. And you can find that in Zodiac Club 13. If you want to click that link below, maybe I am a part of it. I would love being a part of this for you. I would love you to be part of my personal transformation as a Sagittarius rising in Zodiac Club 13. Or we could just connect one-on-one and I can do your chart and really drill down to what areas are being affected by this and how it's reflecting on your natal Pluto placement and how that's interacting with all of this. So Pisces moon, the magic of community. This is your magical tribe. This is your transformative tribe. This is something you're going to be able to embrace for a long time. These aren't friends that are there today and gone tomorrow. These are the friends who are going to be there with you throughout these next 17 years or 16 years, depending on when you started this journey and are aware of this journey and are aware of your people coming to you. Oh my gosh, I'm just smiling so hard my cheeks are hurting for you because you're going to be surrounding yourself with visionaries who mirror your own soul. Oh my goddess. Love, love, love this for your future and for the future of humanity as a whole. You're going to be playing such a spiritual, blessed part in all of this. Let me know how it's going in the comments down below because I want to know. I want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of that. If you got Pisces rising, reach out to me. I want to know you. Pisces moons as well. I want to know you. I want to read your chart. I want to do all the things with you. So come hang out in Zodiac Club 13 so we can connect because I got a Sagittarius rising and a Taurus moon that says, hey, let's do the thing and let's bring it down into earth and let's be optimistic about the future together. Visionary, visionary, visionary. Let's do this. And I know you thought I skipped it, but I didn't. The 13th sign, Ophiuchus. Yes, Ophiuchus rising. Capricorn is bridging the gap between the second and third house. From your material self and knowledge and resources to your nearby community, friends and family and learning. Ophiuchus is working with both of those things in its own way with that mindset of transformation of spirit, of life, death, rebirth. It's the rebirth portion. And you are having that Pluto energy flowing through you in this part of your life, rebirth of that spiritual awakening aspect of you, of the spiritual guru of you, building your resources, making money, bringing in abundance, and sharing your knowledge with community and learning from others as well. This is a beautiful time for Ophiuchus rising. This is absolutely master teacher energy. Your message is going to be shaping the next generation. So the only thing I want to let you know, the downfall could be, getting a little bit too much on the guru part of guruing. You gotta embrace the humility. You gotta be of service. There have been so many times when spiritual people start out on the path in a beautiful place, but then they find fame or fortune and they turn it into something dark. Because Ophiuchus, as bright as you can shine, that's as dark as you can go. And so you have to be aware of that. You can't be the black hole that sucks the life and energy and money out of others. You have to be the light coming out the other side and bringing the light to the world from the darkness. You're here to be a mentor to your community. You're here to be there for your family and your close friends as well, and you're going to embody that. The world absolutely needs your wisdom right now. Absolutely. Not many people talk about the shadow side of Ophiuchus, but it can get really dark because it's Christ, but it's also Antichrist, okay? We want you to be the Christos Sophia, not the beast that devours everything it touches. Ophiuchus moon, Ophiuchus rising. You got this. So when you look at your future and you look after all this time and you start aligning with Pluto in Capricorn, people are going to ask you, how are you doing all of this? Where are you getting this sudden surge of power? Because it can be sudden, it can be over time. But, over time, sometimes it's just happening below the surface. And everything in your life is rising. And all of a sudden, you're up here and people watching are like, how'd you get up there? How did you rise to this challenge that the rest of us are feeling beaten down for? You have to let them know this isn't a punishment. This is a time to rebuild yourself. This is your opportunity to take up that hammer, to forge a new future for yourself. If I can do it, you can do it if you want to put in the work. This is the era of embodied power, personal power, individual power, woven into a community of visionaries, altruists, and conscious creations. And of course, everything comes through with radical honesty, because you cannot stand before the god of the underworld and lie. So stay grounded, stay curious, and remember the things that are falling apart around you were meant to fall down in order for you to help build a better future. They're making space for what is meant to be in your life and the lives of the people you love and for humanity as a whole. Because Pluto is a slow mover. He is affecting all of humanity in the same space all the time. For the next 17 years, it's all about Pluto and Capricorn. Because you're not supposed to save these structures that are falling down. You're supposed to find a new paradigm, something better, smarter, brighter, more powerful, with more tenacity and strength and resilience. We are rising. So if you're wondering, after all this Pluto talk and intensity, what is Uranus up to in Taurus? Because that's the other thing I mentioned. That's the other US return, is Uranus in Taurus. And I have a video on that right up here. So if you click on that video, you're going to learn all about your next breakthrough and understanding how you can work with Uranus in Taurus and ground that powerful energy as well. And I'll see you in the next video or Zodiac Club 13.